Hey, Todd Berry from toddberry.com. Hope you're off to a good day. The tiny difference between success and failure. Do you want to know the difference? Let me give you a little story real quick to help you understand an analogy, because I love to fish and this is so perfect. So for years, I used to always, when I fish, lose big fish. The way, if you don't know a lot about fishing, there's only a certain amount of pressure that the line can take before it breaks, and that's how they call the line. Like an 8-pound test means when it has 8 pounds of pressure, that's as far as it can go. If it gets to 9 pounds of pressure, it breaks. And so, I always growing up, no one taught me how to fish. I fished with my dad, but only for a few years. He was not in my life for very long. And he didn't know this thing that I didn't know. And so every time I'd hook a fish that was bigger than my test line, and by the way, a fish can fight twice its weight. So a 4-pound fish can fight 8 pounds of pressure. And so I would always lose those fish. They'd break my line. And then I started fishing in Canada with one of my lifelong friends, Scott, many, many years ago. I've been there, almost every year for the last 30 or so. And I noticed that when I was fishing for northern pike, and when I would hook one, it would break my line. When Scott would hook one, he would get it in the boat. I'm like, what is the deal? I mean, I'm doing all the same things except my fish is breaking my line and his isn't, and they're pretty much in the same size category. And so it was one little thing. I didn't understand the concept of what's called drag. And what drag is this is a little button on your fishing reel that allows line to come out if a fish pulls too far. That's why they can catch these monstrous fish in the ocean on fishing line instead of having to use a rope or a chain because the fish can take line and that relieves some of the pressure. And so once I started to understand drag, this one little thing, I land most of the big fish. So that changed my fishing life, that one little difference. So what is the difference between failure and success in building a networking business? It's really pretty darn simple. First, how do you define failure? For my way of thinking, failure is it's not progressing towards your goals, and how does that not happen? Quitting. That's an easy one. That's like a duh, Todd, quitting. Yeah. People fail because they quit at some point, right? They quit at some point, maybe sooner, maybe later, but they quit before they get to their, achieve a measurable level of success. And the other thing is that they are in, but they do not do, right? You hear this all the time in the work is, you'd be talking to someone who's been in their company for 5 years and they're like, I've been involved in this in 5 years and I haven't made it very far. Well, that's pretty common. Heck, I know lots of people who are super duper producers and very, very successful and top earners who didn't even start making money till they were 6, 7, 8, 9, sometimes 10 years in, sometimes 15 years in. I mean, I'm working with someone right now who's 16 years in whose business is taking off now, right? And so, but normally it has to do with the principles I'm teaching about now. It doesn't have anything to do with talent or skill. You've got to get clear on that. It's not about that. There's a lot of talented people in all capacity of the world who aren't accomplishing anything. And there's a lot of people who've had much less talent who've accomplished tremendous things. It's never about that. Ever, ever, ever. And so the in but not do thing is someone being involved, they're not the same as doing it, right? You might be thinking about it, you might be around it, you might be experiencing the community and coming to meetings and doing whatever you're doing. But if you're not actually doing it, you're not doing it. Being in it doesn't make any difference. You can buy a car, but if you never drive it, you're not driving the car, right? So you have it, but you're not doing anything with it. And so success is really just a simple thing of starting and not stopping, right? Well, that's one thing, but then doing in the middle. And so, I know this is like, holy cow, Todd, can you get more elementary? No, I can't, because success is elementary. We are complex. Success is simple. It's really simple. And so successful people, when they get into difficult things or run into struggles, their mentality is, I'll figure it out. And when they have dips in the road or if they fall off a cliff, their attitude is, this is going to pass. Take it from me. I've had a lot of that stuff in my life. I've worked through all kinds of stuff. I'm talking about major life stuff. Not to mention the normal business stuff. That's just normal. And then the other thing is consistently doing two things. If you do these two things daily, consistently, right? You don't have to do them like freakishly, just daily, consistently. One, talk to people every day. New people, not just same people, new people. Talk to whatever. You pick the number, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 9. Doesn't matter. It's your business. But you got to be doing it every day. That, by the way, builds your skills. But even if it didn't, you're just still doing the numbers. This is mathematics with heart. And the second, train yourself up and personal development yourself up every day. Don't use it as an excuse not to build your business. There are people that overdo it here, right? They're so busy working on themselves they never do anything. That's what good is that? Then you're not making any contribution. 15 minutes a day, that's fine. If you have a half hour to work your business every day, 15 minutes of personal development, 15 minutes making contacts. I mean, obviously you can do more than that, but I'm just putting it that way. But if you have an hour and a half, then 15 minutes doing personal development / training. And that's why my trainings always include personal development components in them. The stuff that, my blueprint process and even my social media training, that stuff it's got personal development pieces in it. But really the blueprint. But you got to do some of that, right? So you do 15 minutes a day. Now you got an hour and 15 on your business. That's how you look at it. You do those two things consistently, you will grow and your business will grow. And you will succeed if you stay at it and don't quit. I know that's like the most ridiculously simple thing you've ever heard. And it's true. Most of the great stuff in life is simple. And that is true too. So thanks for stopping by. I hope you got value here. And feel free to share it. If you haven't got my 27 scripts that will really help you, feel free to go to toddberry.com, put your email in, and then you get that free download that will really help. And also, you will get a couple emails a week that'll be blogs, occasionally an announcement, but I don't bomb you with emails. So just giving you that insight. All right? Take care.